How's it? And welcome back to the workshop in the basement. So today we're going to have a look at this fork that I got from Fox while I was down in southern Germany on holiday. We're going to strip this fork down. It's a 27.5 fork. It's going to get converted to a 29er. There's some pretty special things about this fork. But first, let's have a look at the trip and what we got up to. So here we go. We're going to have a look at this fork over here. As I said, it's a 27.5 fork or a 650B fork if you're American. I'm going to convert it to a 29er. The cool thing about this fork is it's actually a team edition fork, so it's not just a factory. It's not a factory at all. You can see it doesn't have the Kashima stanchions that the factory forks have, but it's ultra light. You're going to weigh it, check it out, and let you know what's going on inside here once we've stripped it. So today we're just going to strip it down. Get it ready for a couple of things that are going to happen. The main thing that's going to happen is I'm going to put on a set of 29er lowers. These are also step cast lowers. You can see both forks have the cutout over here that the step cast forks have. So this, we're going to make it into a 29er fork to fit my Heihei. I'm going to build it as 110 millimeter, so it's going to be shortened slightly from the 120 that it is now. Another thing that's going to happen is that set of lowers is going to get sprayed orange to look more factory. and I'm going to get some custom decals done, the new with the 3 and the 4 over here, so with the 34 for the 21 colors. So let's go ahead and strip it, and then in a future video we'll put it back together with all the bling bits inside it. So let's run that time lapse of me stripping this fork. That's let's say 1.6 kilograms. This is a specially made socket. Well, not specially made, but it's a customized socket. I bought this socket from Midas in South Africa. It's been machined down for me so that it fits inside the fork. It's a little bit longer so it doesn't foul up on anything in the tube, and also cut down so that it doesn't foul on anything around the nut. So the trick to getting the 2 push rods out of the bottom of the fork, so the one from the air side and the one from the cartridge, is they will be stuck in and you'll just need to get them loose. The trick is to take one of the nuts, put it on your socket and screw it on about 3 turns onto the threads at the bottom. Then take a hammer and hit the back of the socket and it'll loosen up. Remember to put an oil pan underneath because oil will start to run out of this fork once you get it open. I purposely left the air in the air side so that the air shaft pushes down against the bottom, and that makes it easier just to loosen the nut off. So I don't know if you'll have enough light to see in there, but this is a brand new fork. This must have been tested probably in Spain on some enduro rider's bike, maybe a cross-country rider's bike. It all looks kind of stock inside. We'll see. So I'm just going to let it drain. At some point I will clean it out completely. But in a future video, I'll put it back together, and in that video I'll show you how to put in your new dust wipers, what to do with your foam rings, how to make the fork that it has as little stiction, that means as little friction against you moving the fork as possible. I don't know what to say, I'm like losing my words today. So I seriously ran out of things to say there, but we will endeavor to continue with this fork build. In the next step, I will spray paint the lowers, apply new decals, hopefully if they arrive here on time. And then I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks on how to put a fork back together once you've done a service, when you put new dust wipers in, just to make sure that everything works really well. As I said, to take out the stiction and make sure the fork is moving very smoothly, and then just basically how to tune it quickly to get it back on your bike and ready to go. So we get to the end of another video. Thanks again for watching. As usual, if you like the video, please click like. Please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in putting a Fox fork together and how to service one. And until next time, cheers.